Hi guys. The meeting will start in another 10 minutes. We'll wait for remaining folks. Maybe few people will join. Hope. Okay. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi all, a very good morning. Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible to everyone? Can you please respond? Okay. So remaining folks, Babita, Durga Prasad. Okay. Okay. Super. So today, okay, before going to explain about this, we can enter into this workshop. First of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Pavan Kumar. So total 10 years of IT experience and 6 years into big data Hadoop. So currently I'm working in one leading software company in Hyderabad as a team lead. Okay. So can you please tell me how many of them here out of 6 members all are currently working, or anyone is students are there, or all are working? Can you please tell me if you are working on which technology you are currently working on? You are unable to unmute. Durga Prasad is a mainframes developer. Okay. Virendra is a database. Okay. What about Durga Prasad, Ravi, Babita, Sulav, Agarwal? Okay. Anyway, no problem. So you are unable. I am working in Java. Ravi with the data science. Ravi Arya. Okay. Okay, guys. So today I want to give brief description and what is Hadoop and what is Spark, and I want to give one example in Hadoop ecosystems. Okay. So first of all, before going to Hadoop, so we need to discuss about data, big data, and the next one is Hadoop. Okay. So can you please tell me what is data? Anyone having any idea what is data? Can you please unmute yourself and you can talk, no problem. Or you can, I mean to say, you can respond through in chat also. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, Ravi, what is data?
Collection of facts.
Basically, in a simple words, data is an information. Am I right or not? Yes or no? Data is
Yes.
an
Yes.
data is an information. But nowadays we call it as currency. Why we call it as currency? Why we call it as a currency is a data is currency. Okay, I will give one example, guys. Okay, example one. Suppose, for example, you guys, suppose you want to watch a movie. So you are eagerly watch a movie, Saho movie. Okay. Suppose, for example, you are in Bangalore. Okay. So by using Book My Show app, you can book a ticket for Saho movie. The show timing is 4:45 p.m. So what you need to do before 4:45, that meaning 4:30 p.m. you can reach to your mall, whatever the mall you want, total mall or anything, any mall, any one of the mall. So once what you need to do, first of all, you can park your vehicle or bike or car in parking space. You can enter into that particular mall. What happened before enter into that particular mall? One security check is done, right? That is the first one. The second one, suppose for example, the cinemas is in fourth floor or fifth floor. So you can go to fifth floor. There also one more security check is done. Once the second security check is done, you have entered into that particular cinemas. Then if you can observe one thing, if you enter into that mall, I mean to say in that cinemas, so few people are came to your place and they can offer one form. Sir, can you please fill this form? Madam, can you please fill this form? If you observe in that form, we have few fields are available. What are those fields? Your name, address, phone number, and email address. Anyone observed this? Anyone observed this kind of things? Anyone observed in malls or anywhere? Anyone
Yes.
observed?
Yes.
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 Right. So what happened is, okay, you can fill your details, entire data you have provided in that particular form. That is your name, you can provide it, your address, mobile number, and your email ID, all are provided. Okay, done. After that, you have successfully watched the movie, and again you came back to home. Suddenly, after 1 month, you got a call from ICICI Bank. Sir, we are offering a credit card for you, but you don't have any savings account. You don't have any salaried account. You don't have any personal loan. You don't have any car loan. You don't have any home loan. You don't have any demat account in ICICI Bank. And also you are not using any credit card of ICICI Bank. Then how they know your number? Simply where you have filled the form, simply they can sell your data to, first of all, bank people, and they got amount. What they are selling? They are selling your data and they got amount. So because of data, they are getting amount. So that's why nowadays data is currency. That is the first example. The second example, suppose for example, the second example, in Hyderabad, total top 5 Hadoop institutes are there. You can ask, I mean to say, you can call to 2 institutes only, and when the new batch will start, Hadoop new batch will start. but you got a messages from the remaining 3 institutes also. How they know your number? Again, they got the data from these people only. That is the second one. That is the second example. Institute people knows your number. The third example, example 3. Wherever the data is high, they are, so those who are maintaining huge volume of data, they are billionaires and millionaires. I will give few examples. Amazon, if you are using Amazon account or Amazon Prime account, so what you need to do by using Amazon account, you are purchasing few items, electronics items, TVs, and washing machines. There are so many items are available nowadays. So what you are doing, you are performing and you have done a transaction by using a Amazon account, and they are maintaining a lots of data as well as they are getting amount also. So nowadays Amazon is the topmost, I mean to say world, I mean, in the recent Forbes list, the world first place is this guy only, Amazon only. Okay, that is the first one. And after that, Flipkart. Flipkart is also we are using to by using a Flipkart, you are performing some transactions also by using this Flipkart also. Flipkart is our Indian this one, but Amazon is world. Yeah, that is in available in UK, US, and everywhere. Okay, and the third one, Indian one more app is nowadays the famous app is Swiggy. Swiggy also maintaining a lots of data, and they are you are done so many transaction, and you can order a food items. That is also data only. That is also data. And I will give the example for not only this data. Suppose if I give Geo, by using Geo app, what you are done by using Geo, suppose you can take a mobile, I mean to say SIM card. For this SIM card, they are giving for every 3 months, if you can pay 699 rupees, they can give daily 2 GB data. What is this data? Mobile data. How you can get this data? Again, you can purchase this data by using you can spend some currency or some amount on this. Am I right or not? So that's why nowadays data is currency. Is it clear, guys, why we call it as data is currency? Yes or no?
Yes, yes. I have another example. Now, let's suppose if you want to start any business. So, with help of business, we can start understanding data. We can start our own startup. So, which will help us to invest in such a way that we will not at any loss.
Exactly. First of all, we need to get the data. Then, yeah, that is also one more example. Yes, you're right. So next one is, I want to give a few more examples of this data. I mean to say, in this data, in after 1970s, the data is very less. That is in the form of KBs. What is the full form of KBs? It's a kilobytes. Okay, the data is very less. Kilobytes meaning very less. Suppose for example, you 5 guys or 6 guys are your background is BTech background. So suppose ECE currently you are studying, suppose for example 4th year BTech ECE. So for this ECE, in your college total how many sections are there? A comma B comma C. So total 6 sections are there. So each section contains 60 students. So total how many students? 180 students. For this how many 180 students, how we can processing the data and how we can store the data. That is the main. For every data, you can take any data. These two things are mandatory: processing and storage. Here we can use Excel sheets. By using Excel sheets, what type of information we can store, what type of information we can process. That is nothing but student name, student ID, student address, student section. Okay, and suppose for example student fees details. For example, for fourth year 60,000 is your fees. Suppose in the month of August or September or suppose July, you have paid 30,000 rupees. All 180 members are paid only 30,000 rupees in the month of June. The remaining 30,000, that is also pending of the each and every student. So you can, that is storage the data. So how to process the data? You can summation of all 180 students of 30,000. That is a summation of. Then you can get some amount. That is called processing. How you can processing? By using a summation. Summation, it is nothing but you are doing a plus you are doing, right, adding all the fees details. That is called it as processing. Okay, processing and storage, we can use Excel sheets. In after 1980s, the data should be much more increased. It is in the form of MBs. What is the full form of MBs? Megabytes. Suppose here how we can process the data and how we can store the data. For processing, we can use programming language or technology. Example, Java or .NET. By using Java or .NET, etc., we can process the data. And how we can store the data? By using Rdbms. What is the full form of Rdbms? Relational Database Management System. That is nothing but SQL, MySQL, Oracle Server. Anywhere you can store the data. After that, after 1990s, the data is much more increased. It is in the form of GBs. What is the full form of GBs? Gigabytes. How we can process the data and how we can store the data? Here we have few tools are there, that is MSBI and Oracle BI. That is nothing but Microsoft Business Intelligence and Oracle Business Intelligence. By using these apps, I mean to say by using these tools, we can generate reports. And where we can store the data here? Here we can store the data in Netezza, Vertica, IBM Vertica, and Teradata. So these are etc. After that, after 2000, the data is much more bigger. It is in the form of TBs. What is the full form of TBs? Terabytes. And next, PBs. What is the full form of PBs? Petabytes. And next, Jdbs. Zettabytes. YBs. Yottabytes. EBs. Petabytes. The data daily, day by day, it is increasing. Day by day, the data, it is increasing. This volume of data, we call it as a huge volume of data. Huge volume of data, right? This is day by day, the data size is increasing. Am I right or not? Terabytes, petabytes, the day by day, the data size is increasing. This size of data, we call it as a huge volume of data. This huge volume of data, we call it as big data. Big data, the word itself, it is big plus data. That's it. Big is huge volume of data. Big is huge, very high, huge volume, and data, that is information. So big data, this is called it as this huge volume of data, we call it as big data. Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Up to this point. Okay, guys, 1 minute, I'm getting one call. Okay. Now, what is big data? Now, the next question is, what is big data? Big data is not a technology. Big data is not a framework. Then what is big data? Big data is a problem statement. Big data is a problem statement. Big data is not a technology. So everyone, somehow some confusion is there. What is big data and what is Hadoop? Big data developer, Hadoop developer, what is the difference? Big data is not a technology. Big data is a problem statement. Okay, so for every problem statement we have a solution. What is the solution? The solution for this big data is Hadoop. Simple. Hadoop is a technology. Hadoop is a technology. Big data is a problem statement. Big data is not a technology. So a few people can confuse you. So what is big data? What is the differences between big data versus Hadoop? Big data is a problem statement because we are unable to process a big data by using above tools. Above tools. So that's why we can use Hadoop. Okay. So next, so this huge volume of data, we call it as big data. For this big data, Hadoop is a solution. Hadoop is a technology or framework. Okay. Next, the next one is Rdbms versus Hadoop. Guys, anyone heard vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? Anyone heard vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? Yes or no? No one has any idea? Okay, okay. Durga Prasad Ambati, yes. So Durga Prasad, can you please tell me RDBMS follows vertical or horizontal?
Yeah, it's vertical. Means for example, if you are using one database, if we want to uh, make it large, then we need to replace it with a larger one. That is vertical one. Means vertical approach.
Okay.
Horizontal means adding another databases, so we can like microservices type.
Okay.
So we can
So
add
what?
parallelly so many databases.
Okay. So vertical scaling. So first of all, vertical scaling. I will give the example of vertical scaling. What is the full form? What is the meaning of scaling? That is nothing but add or remove components. Scaling, it is nothing but add or remove components. What are the components? Suppose, for example, this is your system. Your system contains this is your system, and your system contains CPU. In this CPU, we have a few components are available. This is RAM, and this is hard disk, and this is processor. Okay. At the time of purchasing of this computer, this is 4 GB RAM, and this is a 500 GB hard disk, and your processor is a 5 gigahertz processor. Suppose, for example, after few months, suppose 6 months or 7 months, your data size is increasing and you want to store 2 terabytes of data. Then what you need to do, first you can increase your hard disk size to 500 GB to 2 terabytes, and you can increase your data size is increasing 100%. You should increase your processor also, that is 8 GB RAM you can increase from 4 GB to 8 GB you have added. and your processor also 7 gigahertz processor you have added. Okay, now after that your data should be increased from 2 terabytes to 6 terabytes or 10 terabytes. For one particular system, we have a limitations. Up to this much point only you can add or remove. After that you cannot add. 10 terabytes of hard disk you cannot add. Yes or no? So only some limitations are there. 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes, up to 2 terabytes or 1 terabytes. Your system only can support up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte hard disk or 16 GB RAM, not more than that, and 5 gigahertz and up to 8 gigahertz processor. After that, it is not supporting. Okay, so that's why in vertical scaling, you cannot able to process or store huge volume of data. That's why in our real-time scenario, we can't use vertical scaling. Okay, now the next point is horizontal. Next one is horizontal scaling. What is this horizontal scaling? In this horizontal scaling, suppose for example, you want to store and process 4 terabytes of data. Okay, so you need to add initially 4 CPUs, CPU 1, CPU 2, CPU 3, and CPU 4. Okay, this is CPU 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, can you please tell me, this CPU 1, it is nothing but this is one system. Okay, and CPU 2, it is nothing but second system. 3 and 4 are nothing but third and fourth. Okay, this is CPU 3 and this is CPU 4. Okay, now this is for your understanding. But in our real-time scenario, we call it as one CPU is equal to node 1. Second one is equal to node 2. This is node 3. And this is node 4. So as of now, how many number of nodes you are using for 4 terabytes? 4 nodes. After that, after a few months, your data size should be increased from 4 terabytes to 8 terabytes, for example. So here you need to add 4 more systems. Okay, so now you have 8 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these nodes. Okay, so when you can increase your node size, whenever the data size is increasing, then you can increase your number of nodes also. Okay, all these nodes are connected to one single network. Okay, all nodes are connected to one single network. That is called it as a cluster. In real-time scenario, we call it as a 10 nodes cluster. So in this case, we are using 8 nodes cluster. So in suppose, for example, if you can attend any interview, the interviewer will ask the first question in your project, how many number of nodes of cluster you are using? You said 10 number of nodes. So basically, if you can give 10 number of nodes, then they will ask one more question, how much data you are processing daily? Daily or bi-weekly or weekly or monthly, how much data you can process. So you need to tell the data size, and you need to remember data size as well as how many number of nodes cluster you are using in your current project. These two are very, very, very important. If you can take Facebook, there is no limitation here. If you can take Facebook, Facebook is using 30,000 node cluster, and Google is also using a 20,000 node cluster. That meaning they are maintaining how much size of data they are using. Okay, so that's why They are maintaining, they are processing, they are storing. There are huge volume of data they are maintaining and storage. So that's why they are using this many number of nodes of cluster. But in our real-time scenario, we can't use this many number of nodes of cluster. Mostly we can use 20 node, 30 node, 40 node, 50 node, max 100 nodes. That's it, not more than that. Okay, because our data size is maybe 2 terabytes, 3 terabytes, 4 terabytes. That's it. But here the data size is very huge. So that's why they are using this many number of nodes of cluster. So the Hadoop also following this horizontal scaling. So that's why we can able to process a huge volume of data by using horizontal scaling, and also Hadoop follows horizontal scaling. Up to this point, is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Can you please respond? Babita, yes. Remaining. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. So next one is, suppose for example, this is our world. This is our world. Okay. In this world, suppose this is 20% of the data. This is 20% of the data. So this 20% of data, that is Rdbms. By using Rdbms, example MySQL, what type of data we can process? Can you please tell me, by using Rdbms, we can process what type of data? We can process structured data. We can process structured data. That is nothing but tables, CSV, text files. We can process structured data. What is the meaning of structured data? It's a human readable format. It's a human readable format. Next, Hadoop. By using Hadoop, we can process structured data, and we can process semi-structured data, and we can process unstructured data. So this is a semi-structured data. What is the what are the examples of semi-structured data? Can anyone tell me what are the semi-structured data examples? Any idea? Semi-structured log files, JSON data, PARQ data, XML data, Avro data. This is a semi-structured. That is nothing but 20%, 30%, or 10%, or 50% data is human readable format. The remaining data, it is not a that is not a actually this is not a complete human readable format. This is only semi-structured data. And next one is unstructured data. So what are the examples of unstructured data? Daily you can see in WhatsApp, images, videos, ads. Also ads, it is not a semi-structured data. Ads also a unstructured data only. Okay. And next one is chat messages. Chat messages also unstructured data. And recordings, audio recordings. These are all etc. for unstructured data. So by using Hadoop, we can process structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. After that, one more thing is comes into the place, that is Spark. Next one is Spark. By using Spark, you can also process structured data. you can process a semi-structured data, and you can process a unstructured data. Along with you can process streaming data. You can process streaming data. What is streaming data? Streaming data, it is nothing but live data. Streaming, it is nothing but live data. Now, what is live data examples? Uber, Ola, Swiggy, Zomato, etc. Guys, suppose for example, you have booked a cab by using Ola app. What happened? Once your ride is confirmed, immediately you got a car number OTP, where exactly your cab driver is there, in how many minutes next he will be available in your contact place. I mean to say your address. Okay, whatever the address you have provided in the Uber app or Ola app, for that particular address, in how many minutes, next minutes, he will reach to your place. All these things you can easily track by using Ola app or Uber app or Swiggy app or Zomato. Am I right or not? This entire data we can process by using Spark streaming. By using Spark streaming. See, even I will show the Uber example. I will show the Uber architecture. Oh, sorry. See guys, how Uber works. See, if you can see how Uber works in this Uber, if you can see Kafka, here the Kafka is available. See, Hadoop, Hive, HDFS, Pig. These are all components of Hadoop. These are all Hadoop ecosystems. If you can see Spark and Storm, here if you can see Kafka REST API. So whenever you can use this Spark streaming, two things are compulsory. One is Spark streaming and the second one is Kafka. Kafka is 100% we can use for streaming data. This is exactly how Uber works, how the Uber works. So in this Uber, we need to use all these things. This is the process, the backend. The backend, this is the process, how the Uber works. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, next one. Okay. By using Spark, I think few people knows. By using Spark, we can able to process machine learning. Machine learning. We have a ML libs machine learning libraries are there. To connect by using Spark, we can able to process. We can able to process by using Spark, we can process structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data, as well as these two also, streaming and machine learning also. Okay, so up to this point, is it clear, guys, everyone? Okay, now coming to big data. Now coming to Hadoop. So in this Hadoop, what is big data? Already we have discussed. Already we have discussed what is big data. Now I want to tell you the exactly when this Hadoop will comes into the picture. The history of Hadoop. History of Hadoop, when Hadoop will comes into the picture. Basically, Hadoop, initially they can use initially this guy, duck cutting. Duck cutting is the owner of Hadoop. This guy is introduced Hadoop into the in market. So initially, duck cutting is working in a Nutch company, Nutch, Google, and these are all companies. He was worked in these companies initially. In 2002, he is working in Nutch. After that, he was moved to Google. So here, what exactly duck cutting is doing is how to process the data and how to store the data. Very, very simple. Initially, they can process the data by using MapReduce papers. By using those MapReduce papers, they can write the code into papers. And where exactly they have created some papers, MapReduce papers, there they can process the data. And how they can store the data by using GFS, Google File System. So for Google, some storage is there. That storage we call it as GFS. That is a Google File System in 2003-2004. After that, in 2004, what happened is he was changed this storage to GFS to DFS. GFS to DFS. What is the full form of DFS? Distributed file system. Distributed file system. And this MapReduce papers to MapReduce. MapReduce papers to MapReduce in 2004. But after that, he is facing some issues while storing the data, that is DFS. DFS has some disadvantages while storing the data and also distributing the data. Distribute the where exactly this data got distributed. The data got distributed throughout the nodes. Okay, so here he is facing some issues. So that's why after that, in 2005 year, he can name it as Hadoop for this technology, but the processing MapReduce is for processing, that is 100%. That there is no change. Rename it, but this DFS got changed to HDFS. HDFS. So in Hadoop, also we can do two things. First one is processing, and second one is storage. In 2005 year, Hadoop is introduced. For processing, initially they are using MapReduce. MapReduce program 100% we need to develop by using Java only. Okay, for storage, they can store the data into HDFS. That is, HDFS full form is Hadoop Distributed File System. Okay. So in 2005 year, MapReduce is confirmed and HDFS is confirmed. Now, can you please tell me, it's very simple example. Here, total 5 members are joined. Babita, Durga Prasad, Ravi, Sulav Agarwal, and Virendra. Out of 5 members, only one person is from Java background. Remaining all are doesn't know what is Java. Okay, out of 5 members, only one person. Out of 5 members. When compared to 100 members, only 20 people knows Java. The remaining 80 people doesn't know Java, right? So because of this, so many people are facing the issues because we don't know Java. So how to move to Hadoop? That is a big challenge, right? So in 2008 year, Facebook is introduced Hive component. That is also Hadoop ecosystem. MapReduce also Hadoop ecosystem. HDFS is for processing, storage the data. In 2008 year, Facebook is introduced Hive. What is Hive? Hive is a Hadoop component, Hadoop ecosystem. By using Hadoop, suppose for example, by using MapReduce, we can process structured and semi-structured data. The same thing they have implemented by using Hive. We can also process structured data and semi-structured data. But here you no need to write any Java code. Just here you can write a SQL queries, SQL support. But the backend should be 100% MapReduce only. Mapper and reducer. These are the phases we have in a MapReduce program. In Hive also, we have a MapReduce backend. Backend it is a MapReduce, but we no need to write any Java code. Just we can write only SQL queries. That is, our work is very much easy. In the same 2008 year, Yahoo is introduced Pig. Yahoo is introduced one more component, call it as Pig. Hive is 2008 year, Facebook is introduced. So here you can process structured and semi-structured data. Okay. The same year, Pig also comes into the picture. Here we can, who introduced? Yahoo introduced. But here, what type of data we can process? Structured and unstructured data. Pig is a data flow language. Hive is a data warehouse kind of system. Hive is a data warehouse kind of system, and Pig is a data flow language. Okay, these two are introduced in 2008. In the same year 2008, Cloudera also introduced. What is Cloudera? Cloudera is a distribution. What is the meaning of distribution? Here your question is, what is the meaning of distribution? I want to give one example. Suppose for example, before Microsoft, if you want to, suppose if you need Excel sheets, if you need a Word, so what you need to do, you can install Word separately, Excel separately. But once Microsoft comes into the picture, if you can take Microsoft Windows, you can configure into your system, you can able to see all are in one single place. MS Windows, Excel sheets, all are at a single place. Am I right or not? The same way, Cloudera also distribution, they will provide a cluster. What is cluster? Again, suppose for example, you need 10 nodes cluster. They can provide 10 node cluster, but you should purchase this cluster by to contact Cloudera, and you can spend some amount, and you can take this cluster, 10 node cluster. In this cluster, they can provide all Hadoop components. All Hadoop components. You no need to install separately. No, you no need to install manually. You no need to configure manually. All are available. See, this is a Cloudera distribution. This is Cloudera distribution. This is single node. This is single node cluster. In this Cloudera, if you can see, all Hadoop components are available. That is nothing but Hive is available, Pig is available. See, if I can give pig, it will enter into the pig grunt shell. If I give Hive, it will enter into the Hive terminal. Suppose if I can give Spark, it will enter into the Spark shell, Spark hyphen shell. See, just you can download and install it, this Cloudera one node cluster into your system. Then you can easily practice whatever the things you want. All these things you can easily practice. Okay, but for this, if you can install and you can configure, minimum your system contains the RAM size is minimum 8 GB. The only 8 GB you can allocate it for this Cloudera. So minimum size is 8 GB. If you can only 8 GB RAM also, that is also not working because your system got hanging. So that's why you can use minimum 10 to 12 GB RAM. Then only you can easily use this Cloudera cluster. And we have an alternative also. Guys. If your systems contains 4 GB RAM like that, so this is a basically, suppose if you want to increase your RAM size from 4 GB to 12 GB, so now you can pay some amount. Okay, you can spend some amount. So that's why what I need to do is for my students, see, so this is enter into the pig grunt shell. Okay, and Hive also it is opening, and this will also opening. So for my students, I will provide one cluster. This is my own cluster, that is nothing but I have purchased from the CloudX lab team. So this is only for lab purpose. So if you can go to this one, this credentials and everything I will provide. So if you can see, if you can observe, whatever the things I have showed in Cloudera, all are available here also. Okay, so just I have given pig, so it is entered into the pig grunt shell. Suppose if you can give Hive, it is entered into the Hive shell. Okay, see, if you can suppose if you can give Spark hyphen shell, it will enter into the Spark shell. Okay, I will provide all these details, guys. I will provide all these details. Now, basically, Hadoop follows, basically, Hadoop depends on 4 V's, mainly 4 V's. What are those 4 V's? First one is volume, second one is velocity, and third one is variety, and fourth one is veracity. Okay, I will discuss about what is volume, velocity, variety, and verity. Okay, very simple, guys. First of all, volume. Suppose, for example, all are working, guys. So at the time of I mean to say requirement gathering steps, if you can attend calls with on-site team, you can ask how much volume of data we can process. So that is nothing but all are working in TCS company. So your client is Amazon. So Amazon is available in market from past 20 years, but they have provided only, boss, can you please process my last 3 years data? So that 3 years data, it is equals to, suppose for example, 10 terabytes. This is called it as volume. Okay, that is volume of data. Next one is velocity. This 10 terabytes of data, it is equal to 3 years data. Okay, so 3 years data equal to the velocity of data and the velocity of data and equal to volume of data. That 3 years of data, it is equal to 10 terabytes. And the next one is variety. What is the variety? So you need to process structured data, unstructured data, or semi-structured data, or streaming data. Okay, so this is the variety of data. And the last one is veracity. So what is the veracity? This is veracity, it is nothing but uncertainty of data. What is, see here, veracity, it is nothing but uncertainty of data. What is the uncertainty of data? Suppose first of all, requirement gathering step is completed, all the calls are completed. Now you can start your work. So what you need to do, client will provide suppose 10 tables, source tables, we call it as source tables. Source tables are 10 tables are available. So out of 10 tables, you are identified few tables contains junk data. What is junk data? That is nothing but suppose employee table is there. In this employee table, name field is there. Actually, name field should be Surya, Pavan, Kiran, like that. But you have identified the name is like this. The name is like this. The name is like this. This is called it as uncertainty of data. What you need to do immediately, you can inform the same thing to your team lead. Boss, I have identified this junk data. What I need to do? So then after that, team lead and manager will discuss, and after that, team lead will send an email to on-site coordinator or PO. PO is nothing but product owner. Okay, so we have identified this junk data is available in your this tables. So what we need to do? Then immediately you 100% you will get a confirmation from their end. That is nothing but, can you please filter this data? Can you please filter this data, and you can place these records into error table. So what you need to do, you can filter this data. How you can filter the data? The name contains, the name starts with ampersand, the name starts with this braces. Okay, suppose the so whatever the special characters we have, all special characters you can give in that query. If any name or anything should be fallen under that particular condition, then those records we should place it into error table. This entire process, this type of data, we call it as uncertainty. This entire process we call it as veracity. Entire process we call it as veracity. So basically Hadoop depends on total 4 V's. First one is volume, second one is velocity, and third one is variety, and fourth one is veracity. Fourth one is veracity. Up to this point, is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Yes or no? Babita, yes. Remaining folks. Okay. Virendra. Okay. Okay, cool. So now I can enter into this example. Okay. So now Now what I need to do is, here I can use three things. First one is Scoop, second one is Hive, and third one is Spark. Three things I want to use. Okay, so now first of all, guys, I don't have any data set. Sorry, I don't have any data set. Okay, I don't have any tables, nothing I have. So how can I use all these things? How can I use all these things? That is the question, first question. Okay, now guys, please listen carefully. Suppose, for example, my data is available. Suppose source data. First one, this is source data. Source data is available in MySQL. In MySQL. This is MySQL, guys. MySQL is separate, Hadoop is different. Both are different. My data, my table, employee table is available in this MySQL. So my requirement is very simple. My requirement is, first I want to import this data into my Hadoop world. Okay, first one. In this requirement, the first step is import data from MySQL to Hadoop world. This is first one. Second one is, once data is available in Hadoop world, by using that path, I want to create Hive table. I want to create Hive table. And the third one, by using Hive and Spark, I need to check which one is passed while processing the data. Okay, so these three things I want to perform. These three things I want to perform. So now first step is, I want to import data from MySQL to Hadoop world. Hadoop world, it is nothing but HDFS. So why we are using HDFS? HDFS we can use for store the system. Sorry, storing the data. Okay. Now, so here your data is available in employee table, that is available in MySQL. Okay. So first you want to import this data. First you want to import this data into HDFS. How we can import the data into HDFS? So here we can use Scoop. What is the full form of Scoop? SQL plus Hadoop. SQL plus Hadoop. Okay. Scoop, it is nothing but SQL plus Hadoop. Okay. Now, so you can import the data from MySQL to HDFS. So we need to use a Scoop command. For this Scoop command, what are the parameters we can use? By using Scoop parameters. Okay, Scoop command parameters. Okay, first one, Scoop import. If you want to perform Scoop import, then you can give the command starting initially, you can give Scoop import, that is common. Next one, you can provide a connection URL. What is this connection URL? This connection URL is related to MySQL, right? That is Jdbc colon MySQL colon IP address. You can provide IP address colon port number colon port number. Okay, this is first one. Next one is username. Next one is password. Next one is hyphen table name. Okay, and the next one is after table name you need to mention number of mappers. What is this number of mappers? I will explain you guys. I will tell you. Once mappers is done, you need to provide a hyphen HDFS directory. HDFS directory. These are the parameters. These are the parameters. These are the arguments you need to pass while importing the data from Scoop to HDFS. Scoop import is common. Connection URL. So in this connection URL also, suppose this is MySQL. So MySQL connection URL you need to provide. Suppose this is Netezza. Then what you need to do, Netezza connection URL you should provide. So how you can provide? Simply Google, go to Google. Just you can type Netezza connection URL. That's it. Okay. So if you can go to this this website, you can easily find out. You can easily find out Netezza connection URL. See, this is Netezza connection URL. Yeah, this is Netezza connection URL. Suppose, for example, if you want to connect a Teradata, so here remove Netezza and you can go Teradata connection URL. So here you can able to find out a Teradata connection URL. See, Jdbc colon Teradata / server name, server port, and database name. This is different about whenever the Rdbms got changed. Suppose, for example, it is MySQL, the connection URL is different. The Rdbms is Netezza and the connection URL is different. Okay, it is differs from connection URL to connection URL, one Rdbms to another Rdbms. Okay, now my data is available in MySQL. By using this data, I want to import into HDFS. Okay, now I want to connect this. Before connector, I want to know my MySQL details, MySQL username and password. See here, if you can observe, this username, password, connection URL, all are related to table name. Up to first 4 points, connection URL, username, my password, table name, all are related to MySQL only. Okay, you can provide all the details here. This is number of mappers. As a developer, you need to decide how many number of mappers are needed for this scoop job, and then HDFS directory. Okay, now what I need to do is, first of all, I can enter into this CloudX lab. Guys, are you following? Any questions? Is it understandable? My way of teaching is understandable? Yes or no? Babita, Durga Prasad, Ravi, Agarwal, and Virendra. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. So I want to log in first to my CloudX lab. Into my CloudX lab, I want to log in. Already my username password is there. So I want to connect. So here I want to enter into my lab. I want to enter into my lab. So here, if you can observe, the second one is MySQL credentials. The second one is MySQL credentials. So here I want to find out my MySQL username, my MySQL password, all the details I can able to find out here. Okay, so this is MySQL. So here if you can observe all the details I have identified here. Okay, so now so initially why I need these details, because of I need to create a table. First of all, what table I want to create? Employee table I want to create. I want to create my employee table in MySQL. For that, I want to connect, first of all, initially MySQL. As of now, I haven't started scoop command. First, I want to entering into the MySQL. Okay, so this connection. Okay, I want to copy this connection, MySQL connection, and I want to enter into the MySQL. See, I have entered. So first of all, I want to see how many databases are available. How to see? Show databases. 3 databases are available. And one more thing, guys, you cannot create any database on top of this lab. See, suppose I want to create a database. Suppose ScoopX 1. I don't have any permissions to create a database on top of CloudX Lab. Okay, so I can use only any one of these 3 databases. Out of 3 databases, I can use any one of that. So I can use ScoopX. Use ScoopX database. Okay, so in this ScoopX database, I want to create my table. How to create my table? Create table. My table name is employee. Suppose, for example, 10,000. 10,000. Okay, I want to give employee 150. 150, 15. This is my table name. 15015. So in this, I want to provide, and I want to mention a few column names. That is ID int, name varchar of 50, department ID int, salary int. That's it. Not more than this. Only 4 columns I am providing. Okay, I have created a table successfully on top of MySQL. Now what I need to do, I want to insert the data. Suppose select star from table name. There is no data. So how you can insert? Insert into employee 15015 values 1 comma Surya comma 101 comma 1 lakh. Okay, 1 row successfully inserted. And the next one, second row, second ID, same department, 2 lakhs. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I will change. So next one is 3, and the department is 2, 102, and 3 lakh. And this is 3, Kiran, 4, 104, Pavan 5, and this is 4 lakhs. Okay, next one, last record 6 Pavan. Okay, and one more record also I can give 7. Okay, so total how many number of records I have inserted? 7 records. So now I can give select star from table name. Okay, so total how many number of records are there? 7 records are there. Done. My work is completed on top of MySQL because I have a table, I have a data also. Now I want to enter, I want to exit from MySQL. How can I exit? Control C. If I give Control C, I can easily exit from MySQL to Linux box. This is edge node. This is entire thing we call it as edge node. Okay. Now I will explain you guys. I will explain you, no problem. From in our training, I will give from scratch onwards Linux commands, HDFS commands, everything I will give you, no problem. So just you can understand how you can do all these things. Okay. Now next one. What is your next thing? You need to execute. The first step is you need to import the data. You need to import the data from MySQL to HDFS by using scoop, right? So I want to give scoop command. I'm performing scoop import command. Scoop import is common. Next, connection URL. So hyphen connect, hyphen connect. You need to provide this one. You need to provide this connection URL. How you can provide? Jdbc colon MySQL colon // So here you don't know the IP address and local host. So just you can give local host. Just you can mention, okay, 1 minute. Host name. So this is the host name, guys. This is the host name for this. Colon port number. The default port number of MySQL is 3306. Okay. 3306. This is host name. Jdbc colon MySQL colon. We have a we know the host name details. We don't know IP address, and then we have to mention the port number. And after that, you need to provide your database name. What is your MySQL database name where you have created your table in ScoopX database? In ScoopX database. Okay. Now, hyphen username. What is the username of MySQL Scoop user? Scoop user. And what is the password? Password is you can copy from capital N because hyphen p is password. Okay. Now after that you need to mention table name, hyphen table. What is your table name? Employee 15015. Okay. Next you need to mention number of mappers. You need to mention number of mappers. So here, if you can observe, your table doesn't have any primary key. At the time of table creation, I didn't mention that which column is primary key. That the meaning of that, the table doesn't have any primary key. Whenever the table doesn't have any primary key, we can provide the number of mappers is 1. If the table contains a primary key, you can mention n number of mappers, no problem. Okay. But how to give the number of mappers? I will give one formula. Based on that, you need to give the number of mappers. But in this scenario, we don't have, the table doesn't have any primary key. So that's why I have mentioned -m1. Next, last one. Last one is target directory. Last one is -- target directory. This target directory, I can mention, this is HDFS scoop import, sorry, where exactly I need to give here, you need to provide one path /user Surya Peri 459510. In this path only you need to mention your new directory, because we have a permissions for this folder only. We have permissions for this folder only. Next, /scoop import workshop, scoop import workshop 2012-2020. Okay, so in this scoop command, I have I'm passing few arguments. First one is connection URL, second one is username, third one is password, fourth one is table name, next one is number of mappers are 1. Why number of mappers are 1? Because of my table doesn't have any primary key. And the target directory. This target directory should be HDFS directory. You no need to create before the scoop command, scoop import command. It will create automatically. Enter. Okay. So guys, how many number of records are retrieved? Can you please tell me? How many number of records are retrieved? How many records are retrieved? Here the count also is there. The number is also there. How many number of records? 7. So this 7 records is matching to this 7 records. So the count of this table is 7 records only, right? So here in the MySQL table, how many rows are there? 7 records are there. So after scoop import command, how many records are retrieved? 7 records. Both are same only, right? Yes or no? Then how can we check the data whether this 7 records are imported or not in this target directory? So this is command. We need to provide Hadoop command. What is that? Hadoop fs-ls. You need to provide this. You need to provide this path. So here, first one is success file. If your scoop job is success, it was created a success file with 0 KB. The second file is original file. How can we see Hadoop fs-cat command to check the data of that particular file? See, all the 7 records got imported. Here also 7 records only there. The last record 7 Pavan 106 4000. 7 Pavan 106 4 lakhs. See, if you can observe, what is the default delimiter for this data? Comma. So this is an interview question. At the time of scoop import, if you can get the data into Hadoop HDFS directory, what is the default delimiter the data got stored? You can tell CSV format, because it's a comma separated values. Comma separated values. Your requirement, first step is completed. What is that first step? Import the data from MySQL to HDFS Hadoop World. This is completed. Next, the second step. What you need to do, once the data is available in Hadoop World, by using this path, HDFS path, You want to create a Hive table. I want to create a Hive table. How to create a Hive table? I want to enter into, first of all, Hive prompt, that is Hive shell. I want to enter it. So Hive. So here I want to create a database. Here you can able to create a database. That is what I need to give scoop import workshop. This is my database. Okay. So this is created. The database got, see how you can create a database on top of MySQL. The same you can create here also. Now what you need to do, you need to use this database. In this database, if you can see, no tables are available. You can create a table here. So how you can create a table? Create external table. I want to give table name is employee. Okay. So how many columns are there in this data? 4 columns are there. Okay. ID int, name string, dept ID int, and salary int. This is the way you can create a table in MySQL, but in HDFS, I mean to say in Hive, how to create? Along with, you need to give row format delimited. The row should be delimited. So this row should be delimited by comma separated. Okay, row format delimited. Next, fields terminated by. Fields terminated by. The fields are, this is first field, this is second field, this is third field. Fields are terminated by comma, and lines are terminated by, lines terminated by new line, new line. And here you need to provide a location. What is the location? Here you got a question, what is the location? This is the location. In this location only you have import the data from MySQL to HDFS. Just you can provide this location and semicolon. So create external table. So what is external? So we have 2 tables available in Hive. One is managed and external table. Managed table is a default table. You no need to mention any manager here, and also you no need to mention any location here. But for this external table, 100% you need to create a, you need to provide a location. So what is the difference between managed table and external table? We'll discuss later. Okay. So now enter. Cannot recognize input. Create external. Terminated. Terminated spelling wrong. In a row table, missing table at employee. Terminated near fields, mismatched input terminated. Missing by, okay. Location, lines terminated by. Okay, so now I have created a table, but I didn't any load the data. Just I have created a table. The table name is employee. But if I give select star from employee, data is available. See how the data got inserted into this table, how the data got loaded into this table, because in this location you have total 7 records are there. Am I right or not? In this table, I mean to say in this location, how many number of records are there? In this table, in this location, we have total 7 records are there. See, in this location, we have total 7 records are there. If you can mention at the time of table creation in Hive, you can give this location, whatever the records, how many records are there, all records got inserted into this Hive table. Again, you no need to load the data into Hive table. Again, you no need to load the data into Hive table. Just you can mention the whatever the path you have, import the data by using scoop. So just you can mention this and you can get this. You can get the data. Is it clear, guys? Up to this, is it clear? Any questions? Please let me know. I will clear it. So first step, by using MySQL, we have created a table loading the data, and we can by using scoop import, we can import the data from MySQL to HDFS. That is completed. By using that HDFS location, I have created one Hive table and I can load the data. That's it. Only 2 steps are completed. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, can you please respond? Okay. What about remaining people? Okay. Go, Prasad. Okay, guys. Now here department ID wise, I want to sum of salary. Just I want to execute this query. Department ID wise, I want to sum of salaries. Can you please tell me the query, how we can do this? Department wise, I want to perform sum of salaries. So how many departments are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 departments are there. Okay, so can you please tell me the query, how you can do this? Can you please spell out so how I can write a query? Anyone? You can unmute yourself and you can speak how to write the query. You can unmute yourself. No one? Okay. See, select sum of salary department. Exactly, Virendra, you are right. Select DEPT ID, comma, sum of salary from employee table, group by. Whenever you can use aggregate functions, that is sum, min, max, average. So whatever the columns you have used, that column should be in group by DEPT ID, that column. Suppose here, if I can give ID, comma, department ID, comma, sum of salary, ID, comma, department ID, except aggregate function column, the remaining column should be available in your group by. Okay, now so if you can execute this query, you can identify or you can observe one thing, how much time it takes to execute for this query. Okay, how much time it takes. Okay, so guys, how much time it takes? 29.763 seconds, right? The same query, if I execute second time, (21). Previously 29, now it's a 21. The same query, if you can execute third time also, first time 29 seconds, that means almost 30 seconds. Next time 21 seconds, and third time 26 seconds. That meaning, here, can you please tell me this Hive query data, where exactly it will be reading? It is reading data from HDFS, because the data can be stored on top of HDFS in Hive. So if you can create a table in Hive also, the data can be stored on top of HDFS. That is nothing but the data can be stored on top of HDFS. HDFS, it is nothing but, again, it can equal to your hard disk. The data can be stored on top of hard disk. Every time if you can hit a query, the data can be read from your hard disk only. That's why this is taking more time. So here, first time it will take 29 seconds, second time 21, and third time 26. Almost 20 seconds is on an average, 21 seconds on an average. It took actually for execution. It takes that particular time, right? Because whatever the Hadoop components are there, Pig, Hive, HBase, Scoop, all are Hadoop components. You can read the data on top of hard disk. This is a disk IO operations. IO, it is nothing but disk input output operation. Disk is equal to hard disk. Disk is equal to hard disk. The data can be stored on top of hard disk. Now, why Spark is enter into the picture? Because Spark is a in-memory component. Spark is a in-memory component. What is in-memory component? Spark is on top of RAM. The data can be stored on top of RAM. Can you please tell me, before you can save the data into hard disk, first the data can be processed by using RAM only, right? Yes or no? Suppose, for example, if you can take this untitled, this is untitled, and the U before star is there. That is nothing but still this data is not saved. This is not available. If I delete this, if I close this, this data is not saved. That is nothing but this data is processed. That's it. but not stored on top of hard disk. Am I right? So how it can be stored? Suppose Control S, Hadoop workshop. Now it can saved. Now the data can be stored on top of hard disk. Before that it was a RAM only. So here, if you can see, I can enter into the Spark shell. I can enter into the Spark shell. So we will see the difference. 3 times if you can execute the same query on top of Hive, it will take how much time? First time 29, second time 21, and third time 26 seconds. In Spark, how much time it will take? Because the data can be stored on top of a RAM, not on top of hard disk. Okay, so now spark.sql, so whatever the query you have executed just now, the same query I can copy here. The same query I can copy, but what I need to do, I want to give the database name. What is the database name? I have created, my database name is scoop import workshop. Scoop import workshop. Here I want to mention table name. I meant to say database name. Okay. So before that, how many tables are available in this particular database? That is what I want to show you. Okay. How many tables? Tables in dot show. Okay. Anyway, I will show you like this. Okay. We will. That is, I will show you later. Now I want to execute this query first. Scoop import workshop dot. Okay. I want to remove this. Okay, guys, this is the output. This is the output. The same output you can get here also. Okay, but the second time, if I can execute the same query, within fraction of seconds, you will get the data. See, not much time. Fraction of seconds. That is, within 0 seconds, you will get the output, because first time only it will take the time. First time only it will take the time, because first time it can read the data from table, and it can store the data on top of RAM, not on top of hard disk. Okay, so the second time it cannot read the data from hard disk directly. Already the data should be available in RAM. Whenever you can execute this query 100 times, fraction of seconds. Suppose, for example, the new query, if you can do it, then it will take a time. Suppose, for example, here I can add ID. Then it will take time, because first time only it can read. See. Okay. See. First time only that much time, but the second time if you can execute immediately. So here if you can use order by, group by ID and department ID, and order by ID comma department ID. Okay, so that's why nowadays everyone is using Spark. Everyone is using Spark because of the processing. The processing is too much high. The processing is 100 times faster than MapReduce. 100 times faster than MapReduce. Guys, is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Cool. So guys, this batch will start from tomorrow 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. In this training, what I need to provide. Okay. So first one is Hadoop training. In this Hadoop training, Linux commands, Hadoop commands, Hadoop architecture, and word count example, scoop architecture and hands-on, Hive architecture and hands-on, HBase and hands-on, and pig. Nowadays no one is using pig and hands-on. I can give one project one. Next one is a Spark training. In this Spark training, first I can use Scala. Next Spark Core, Spark SQL, and a Spark streaming. And then here I can give Kafka. So once it is completed, I will provide interview questions. And after that, I will provide sample resumes. If you guys are interested, I will take mock interviews also. Once your preparation is completed, I will take mock interviews. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, please tell me. Please let me know. I will clear your doubts. Now you can open up. Now you can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. How many are the workshop? How many are, is it okay? How many are not in? It is not up to the. Can you please tell me? Yeah, Virendra. Now.
Yes, sir, it's good, but I need to know, is it how much the Java is needed for this one?
Job wise, all are it's needed for job
Okay,
purpose.
okay, but how up to how much extent Java is needed?
Java.
Yes, sir.
So that is what I'm saying. See, you can I mean to say you can that meaning you can develop a Spark code by using Java, by Scala, by Python. Anything is okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Anything
by
is okay.
Python, also we can
Yes, exactly. You can write a Spark code by using Python. You can write a Spark code by using Java. You can write a Spark code by using Scala. But in this training, I can give only Scala, not Java and Python. Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, the simple difference is all these things just only syntax wise only it's different. The remaining business logic and remaining everything is same. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the course duration is total 2 months, guys. 2 months it is. So daily 1 hour I will give. In the weekends I will provide 3 hours class. So Sunday is holiday. Monday to Saturday the classes are there. So daily 1 hour class up to Monday to Friday. Saturday I will take 3 hours class. So I need to, yeah, that this is what I'm in the every batch. I'm doing the same thing. You will be using SBT with the Scala? No. So currently we are using not SBT. Currently we are using Maven project. So have you heard the Maven project, right? See, we are using a Maven project. SBT is the older one. Nowadays, everyone is using Maven project. Why we are using Maven and everything, we will discuss. Okay, in this Eclipse, we need to execute all these commands. Okay, I mean to say all the programs. Okay. Any other questions? So the course duration is 2 months. The course duration is 2 months. So daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday, and Saturday only it's a 3 hours class. If you want to contact, so can you please, so this is my email ID, Hadoop developer 9999@gmail.com. Okay, and if you can provide your Gmail IDs or mobile numbers, or else that is also okay. I will contact you guys personally. I will contact you personally also. If you can provide your mobile numbers also, that is also is okay. Okay. So what about Babita, Sulav Agarwal, Virendra? How is the demo? How is the workshop? You guys are liked it or not? Are you interested to join or not? Okay. It's Virendra. Okay. So Virendra has provided his email ID. So remaining people are Sulav Agarwal. Are you? I don't have any knowledge on Scala. Do we have to learn this first? Learn. See, Scala I can't provide in the initial class, Agarwal. So first I need to give the basics of Hadoop and everything. Okay. So first I want to complete Hadoop first, then I will start Scala. Okay, I can't give Scala on initially. I can't provide Scala. This is Kumar. Okay, so remaining persons. Okay, Ravi and Virendra has provided their email address. Babita, Sulav, and Durga Prasad. Okay, guys. Super. I will share one mail to you. Can you please respond to that email? You will get after once this class is completed. I will share one mail. Okay, that's it. So, guys, from tomorrow onwards, 8 to 9. So 8 to and coming to timings. So is it okay for 8 to 9 or 7 to 8? Morning 7 to 8, is it okay, or 8 to 9, is it okay? So how many of them are interested for to join morning 7 to 8, Ravi? Okay. Remaining folks, Sulav Agarwal morning will be good. Virendra morning, Ravi morning. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. What about remaining 2 folks, Babita and Durga Prasad? What about you guys, Babita and okay, Durga Prasad? Okay, cool guys. Thank you so much for responding to my things. So thank you. So I can stop the class right now, and I will share one email. I will send one email. Please check your emails first, okay? And can you please respond according to that? Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye.